Hello everybody, today I'm going to be playing Prison Architect. I'm going to be showing you guys my basic prison strategy. I'm going to have all of these unchecked for now. I'm not going to be playing on sandbox mode for now, just so you guys can sort of get how to create one that doesn't require infinite funds. Aside from that though, I play on small, and as I said, all this is unchecked, so here we go. The first thing you want to do the second your level starts up is click space or press pause. By doing that, you will save a little bit of your time on the first day. The next thing I like to do is go to planning, walls, and then begin to sort of construct what my building will look like. So this will be like a little basic draft right here. And the next thing I'm going to do is activate the basic detention center and administration center grants. So one thing to keep in mind when playing this game is sort of what you're looking for before you start. You can play it and sort of just do things as it comes to you. However, that runs some downsides because of how money works in this game and whatnot. So it's always a good idea to plan ahead. So the first thing we need, particularly, is we need 4, or eventually we'll want 2 offices. However, I recommend building about 4 to 6. And the question is, do you want them indoors or outdoors? I think both of them provide their own advantages, but personally, I prefer having them outdoors and then just connecting them. So to build an appropriate office space size, you want to do a 6x6, and then I'll give you the 4x4 interior that you need. So then the little trick for this is 6, 6, 6. Wait, I think I did that wrong. Yeah, 1 too wide. So, yep. And then you can just put in doors like that. Yep. And then you can do something like this. Alright, so then we can just replicate that a couple more times. Alright, and then that is our basic little office thing. This will give us 8 offices and a lounge room. So this is going to be our office complex. This area right here is going to, so both of these, if you haven't noticed yet, are going to be built with the brick foundation. So they're actually going to be relatively expensive. Like this whole thing, like you can check the price. Like right now, as it is, for foundation alone, that'll cost $7,250. So you just got to be careful with how much money you spend. If you're wondering what that little red line on it, the thing says, it says requires entrance. That just means it needs a door. So then we can, so now we can sort of begin drafting what we want this to look like. So the things we need are listed over here. Those are the base things. We'll need a holding cell, a shower, a yard, a kitchen, canteen, 2 guards, and 2 chefs. So I like to start by sort of planning in the future, I suppose. So in the game, one of the key ways to make money is prison labor and taking in prisoners. So to take in prisoners, you'll need lots of room for the prisoners to go, obviously. So my strategy, or not my strategy, but my basic layout for that is sort of what you're seeing right now, 3 by 1 by 3, and that represents, like, doing this twice is 4 cells. So yeah. And as you can see, the building dimensions are slightly too thin, so we can actually just expand that by 1 block if we want, or we can have 1 extra wide cell, but it doesn't really matter. So that's the basic idea. So ideally we can just expand this all by 1, because that's no big deal. Yep, so I'm just going to move this all over by 1 block. And that should just about do it. Oh wait, is this still messed up? Looks like I need even more space. So that gives us 4, 8, 9, and this thing. Huh. Well, the basic layout I like to use for these is 8 cells, so we can actually just shrink it. 8 cells requires, let's see here. That's 8 cells, so that requires 24 meters wide, and then you can duplicate that vertically. So 1, 2, 3 plus 4. So from here, so that's approximately what the vertical height needs to be. So that's roughly 12 by 30, and that will give us 16 whole, regular cells. So an alternative strategy that I like to use, so it's really nice having everything in one building. However, eventually you'll want to expand south or something like that. So an alternative thing that I use is put most of everything in here, and then just put a little bit that's not, like out here, and then just have like a little walkway over. So I think just due to how I have this configured, that'll probably be an ideal way to do this. So what is this, 30 by 12? Yeah, so that's going to be 30 by 12, but then we can shrink that, I think. So it's actually 25 by 12. So we need 25 by 12, and we can put that, say, over here. And in theory, this should be 25 by 12, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, it looks about right. So, that will be decent enough for that. So if we go down 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, remove these 2. Yep, and that works out. Okay. So, we can fill in the rest of this little thing in a minute, but for right now, let's work on the internals a little bit. So, first thing about internals is you want them to cover almost everything. So we can make this right here the holdings, or detention center, I think. No, holding cell. So then we can make the thing right next to it the shower. Alternatively, something we could do. Alright, so I'm planning on putting power up here. Alright, and that's good for the power and water area. The next thing is showers and canteen. So I'm thinking for canteen, we can do something like this. Actually, that's not quite enough space. So instead what I'm going to do for the canteen is sort of move it outside, I guess. Actually, well, you have to be careful with how big you make the internals, because the price can build up very quickly. Alright, let's see. So this is currently enough for 2 tables, but we're gonna have more prisoners than that, so ideally we'll have enough for 4 tables. So what we can do is have 2 cafeterias, which is a terrible idea, or we can have one really long cafeteria, which isn't too bad. So let's see here. For a long cafeteria, we can move this to here. Move this over to here. And that'll give us 3 benches. That's probably enough, because let's see. If we count it, or if we place it here, a bench is 4 slots. Oh, actually, in that case, that's 4 slots as well. Okay, so I was actually slightly off. So let's see. If we rework this with keeping in mind that it's only 4. So we actually can fit 4. So let's see here. We can either have one on this wall or one on this wall. So I think what I'll do is do it like this. And that gives us a pretty big cafeteria along with a little bit of external movement. So I think that's a pretty good setup for the cafeteria. Then we can make this area right here cleaning / laundry cupboard. So for cleaning it has to be at least 3 by 3. So we'll mark that it has to be at least this big. And then let's see how big laundry has to be. Laundry doesn't even have to have a requirement for that. So laundry is just whatever we give it. So I'm thinking for this we can do back half cleaning, front half laundry, and then just allows them to go through it. And that should be good for that. So currently we have shower, laundry, kitchen, power, water, canteen, administration offices, and regular holding cells. So let's build this. Alrighty here. Alright, so that looks pretty good for that chunk. So then we can put some walls up over here. These ones can just be fencing, I think. Alrighty here. So, current plan, let's see. Oh, I actually messed up how long that needs to be. Okay. Alright, so right now, that will give us... So this is the main area. And then, let's see here. This, we can make... not sure here. I'm thinking we make this area up here the yard, maybe? Or we could do this area as a yard. That seems a little too big, though. Yeah, I think I'll do this as the yard. And then we can begin to make this the working area for later on. So I think this is a pretty good overall blueprint. Because for the beginning, all we'll really need is this area and this area. And this area. Well, basically we need everything but the working area over here, So we can draft this area a little bit later. So for right now, let's get constructing. So we'll drag this from here to here, I believe. Yep. And we can drag this from here to here. And then we can begin to put in some doorways. So, staff door, 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 door. Alright, that should be good for staff doors. Next, we put regular door here and here. Large jail door here, 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 and here. And then we can put a jail door. Alright, then we can begin construction of some walls once they finish that. This area is going to be indoors as well. Alright, so this area can get constructed in a moment or so. Alright, then they'll begin that. Alright, excellent. So then we can start to do this. Oh, that works out somewhat nicely, maybe. Okay, so let's put up some walls. Yeah, depending on how some of these interactions work, this could either be quite bad or pretty good. Alrighty. And we can put in table, 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 table. Bench, 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 bench. And let's see here. Serving table. Alright, and that looks pretty good for the base area. Alright, so it looks like there isn't a wall here. So I think they might have already finished everything, or basically everything. So to keep them working quickly, we'll pause it for a little bit. So right now I'm going to disable the prisoners because I don't really want anything coming before it's 100% done. So we'll do this. Alrighty. And then alright, then we can put up some fence out here, but they can continue working. So, let's see, regular fence. Since fence is pretty cheap, I don't mind building a little extra, so. Let's see here, large jail door. And then grass. Alrighty, so now we got some more walls we can put up. Alrighty. Okay. Then we can place our power generator and water station. Alright, so I'm going to go back to ×3 here. And then we can begin to put in some jail doors. Alrighty, so that should keep these guys busy for a while longer. The next thing we can begin to do is mark the stuff. So to do that, all you have to do is just say what you want it to be. So shower, Holding cell. We can't label these two yet, so those will just stay empty. This is the canteen. Plus this. Kitchen. And once we get the walls in here done, we can label that as the offices. Alright, well since we might need to be slightly conservative on funds, maybe not sure yet, I'm going to not overinvest too much on some of these things. So let's see, for this let's put in bed. I think a wall piece might have failed here, so I'm just going to continue from here. And then we can put in a toilet right here. Alright, so now that we got power, we can begin to wire some stuff. Let's see here. I might have invested a little too much on those, but whatever. Connect that. And connect this. And connect this. Alright, then we can begin to run some piping. So, for piping, I like to just run it basically around the whole building area. Actually, I think I can cancel this whole area and then just do that. Alrighty. So this is slightly more expensive than I was anticipating. I guess I planned a little too far ahead. So we're down to 3,500, but we should be able to change that soon enough. Okay, so we can begin some piping. Alright, so I think the problem here is for whatever reason a wall just didn't go through. So that shouldn't be too hard to fix. Yeah. So ideally we'd have about 10,000 right now, but we'll be able to work with this. Let's see here. Toilets. Where are the toilets? So if you look every now and then, these little large pipe blockades will appear. You can fix them just by doing that. Okay, so now that these are mostly done, we can label these rooms. And then, in theory, we can label some of these offices. Yep. Alright, so I'm going to have to do slightly smaller construction at the moment because I need to make some money. So, right now, let's see what we got here. We need to finish the showers. So, to do that, we can do... So, my shower model is... Let's see here. My shower model is 4 drains here, 2 here, 4 drains here, 2 here. And then, after that, you can... do something like this for shower heads. Then you just run shower heads here to here and along these walls. Yeah, that looks good. So then we can go ahead and do that. run some shower heads in here. Alright, that looks good for shower heads. And then I'm just going to finish up the kitchen and start taking on prisoners, because I can't really afford to do anything else at the moment. So let's see here. Fast forward. And I guess I can also run some water. So. Okay, so let's see what the kitchen needs. It needs a cooker, fridge, and a sink. We might have just enough money to do that. Cooker. Fridge. And a sink. Okay. So we're running pretty low on funds because we still have to buy some staff. So I'm hoping it will let us go into the negatives, but if not, I'm kind of screwed here. This is the never mind. So this area up here needs power, so we can run this like this, I suppose. Alrighty. Then we need a warden, I think. So for that, let's see. So offices need a chair, office desk, and filing cabinet. So office desk, filing cabinet, chair, and then we'll need at least 1,000 for the warden. So I'm hoping it will just let us buy him. Oh, that's not good. Alright. So it looks like I did plan too far ahead. And that could screw me over. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to let off 2 of my staff. So we can get rid of these 2. There we go. And then we just have to wait till we get another day's worth of money. So I'll just fast forward this for you guys because nothing really interesting here. Alright guys, bad news. This half of the video that you're seeing now was supposed to have audio, but unfortunately upon recording it I didn't realize my mic was off. So only the first half hour has my mic. However, this half shows most of the impressive prison construction, unfortunately. This problem should be fixed by the next video, and I hope you guys enjoyed.